welcome to our second podcast, our second GeekTime podcast to be exact. Hello everybody. I hope you enjoyed the first podcast. I had a lot of fun putting that together, and I got about 5 parts on YouTube, which was really nice, and it filled in some gaps between our next reviews. Speaking of our next review, I'm not going to reveal what we are reviewing, but this is essentially going to be my first anime-esque review. And I have a lot going into it. I don't want to say anything right now because not everything is confirmed, but this is going to hopefully be one of my best reviews, if not my best review to date. So, people watching this on YouTube, or if you're watching this on the website, feel free to go over to youtube.com/Dunny Production, even though the YouTube channel is called Studio 95. You used to call it Dunny Production back in the day. But yeah, that's going to be a really cool review, and I can't wait to be able to actually really get to work on it. The script is like 80% done. I have to watch the last 3 episodes of this show, which I was going to do tonight, but I didn't have much time. Plus, I wanted to do this. Plus, I'm tired, so, I'm actually recording this in my bed right now. So, I just want to say, if some of the audio sounds kind of shitty, if I'm talking and I forget what I'm saying half the time, just know that I am very, very tired. I had a busy last few days. I didn't sleep well last night. Well, I didn't sleep terribly, but I didn't sleep great last night, so... Plus, I've been busy literally all day today. I didn't get home until 9 o'clock. And I was out fucking 4 o'clock. That would have been Friday. Yeah, 4 o'clock Friday. So I was busy. I helped a friend move some stuff to her new apartment and, a few other things. So I've been busy. But anyways, I am gonna get into it. We were actually tagged by a fellow YouTuber named Nick Jackson, and it is a King Kong tag. And I was gonna make a whole separate video on the YouTube channel just for us, but I figured since this podcast gets chopped up into pieces anyways when it goes up on the YouTube channel, I figured this would probably be the best place to do it. So I'm gonna get started with the questions from the tag. Which I pretty sure I remember them all. Let's hope I don't draw a blank, because that'll suck. Anyways, the first question was, what is my favorite King Kong film? And that is the original 1933 King Kong. I am a big sucker for stop-motion animation. I'm a big fan of a lot of, mostly Ray Harryhausen stuff. I really liked 1 Million Years BC. And I really love the style of stop motion animation. It's something that I really wish would be utilized a little more in modern animation. I would love to see, with the technology we have today, the amount of stuff we could do with stop motion, it could be incredible. And I would love to see more of that in modern film. Because unfortunately, not fully, unfortunately, but a lot of stuff now is CGI and stuff like that. CGI, I don't hate. I'm not fuck CGI, fuck that. But some CGI animated films don't look too bad. Like the Emoji Movie, for example. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you. You saw the last fucking podcast, you know how much I fucking despise that movie. But no, like a lot of Disney movies and Pixar movies. And a few DreamWorks movies. DreamWorks has been kind of crap lately. Really, only thing I can really think off the top of my head that I kind of liked from DreamWorks is the first 2 Shrek movies. The How to Train Your Dragon movies are my favorite DreamWorks movies. And that's about it. The last DreamWorks movie I would have saw was Trolls, because I was forced to see it by a few friends, for the fuck of it, and it was cute. It wasn't great, but it was cute. So, it is what it is. It was pretty harmless. And if the audio gets bad at all, it's because I'm actually lying in my bed right now. I don't know if I said it already or not. So now I'm actually holding this mic in my hand. Like I could see on my screen here, I got like a really big sound thing. I don't know how that's gonna sound, but hopefully it sounds good. Anyways, I'm gonna way the fuck off track here. Let's get to the second question, and that was my least favorite King Kong film. And I don't know if this will count or not because it's not a traditional King Kong film. But I had to sit through like a Bollywood version of King Kong, and I was told it's called Bangler King Kong. And my God, this was a terrible movie. I'll never watch it again. The acting was horrendous. Everything about the movie was horrendous. The singing, because it's a Bollywood picture. Bollywood has a lot of singing. My God, this was fucked. It was. I'll never watch that movie again. I'm sorry. It was absolutely dreadful, beyond awful. Yeah, it's easily the worst Kong movie I have seen to date. The third question, I believe, was what is my favorite Kong fight, and that will go to the Peter Jackson 2005 Kong versus the three T-Rexes or V-Rexes, whatever they're called, because that was like taking the original King Kong fight from 1933 and upping the fucking ante big time with modern technology, or 2005 technology, I guess. And it was such a cool scene, such like an adrenaline rush type of scene. You're like on the edge of your seat, seeing fucking Kong fight all the three T-Rex and kicking all their asses. It is a great, probably one of the best scenes in that movie, and easily one of the best movies in Kong history. I'm not like the world's biggest Kong fan myself, to be brutally honest. But I do like the 1930. I like all. I like a lot of the main films. I even don't mind 1976. I know that's one that's generally hated by a lot of people that are Kong fans. Aside from Big Jack Films, that's his favorite one. And I like it for its own reasons. But I want to get back to the questions here. And the fourth question, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was how would I do a sequel to Peter Jackson's 2005 film? Now, truthfully, I don't really think there needs to be a sequel to the 2005 King Kong, just because it was simply just a shot-for-shot remake of the first one, and I think this is a standalone King Kong film that works perfectly fine. However, if I were to do a sequel, I think even though, again, this was the sequel to 1933, so if King Kong, you already know what I'm going to say. Also, if you hear vibrate every now and again, that's my phone. I have a friend texting me. Anyways, shut up, phone. Anyways, yeah, and that would be a really good remake of Son of Kong. Because Son of Kong, that was also put out in 1933. It wasn't disgustingly awful by any means. It was just extremely rushed, as it came out the same year as the original. Because they really wanted to cash in and make as much money as they can off of this thing. Because Kong came out during a time of like the Great Depression, the Great Depression and stuff. So any way a film crew or filmmakers could make money, back then. And if they have one thing that's making money, they'll cash in on it. Kong was that. I would like to see kind of a really cool remake of Son of Kong. Essentially, I'd want to see, I guess we would have to bring back Jack Black, who, I love him as an actor, don't get me wrong. I love most of his roles he's done. I've never really despised any roles he's done. Tenacious D is my favorite role he's ever done, personally. But also like School Rock and a few other of his movies. But I don't think that's what's the role for him, personally. I don't think it was, like, the worst casting choice they could have made. But, I don't know. He didn't really seem like a Carl Denham to me. But I guess he would have to bring him back just to make it make sense. And I would want to see him, obviously, really down on his luck. He's caused a bunch of people to die and stuff. The film world's basically banned him, and he's depressed, and he wants to get that fame again and all that stuff. And then I'll be honest, I haven't really thought about this a lot because I've been so busy I haven't been able to get around to this podcast. This is all just off the top of my head right now. But maybe one film studio offers him a chance to make a redemption, but he has to go back to Skull Island and film some dinosaurs and stuff like that. And maybe at first he's like, absolutely not, I'm not going back to that fucking island ever again. But then he realizes this is going to be my only chance to make a comeback, so he goes over to Skull Island, films a bunch of the dinosaurs and stuff, and then comes across Son of Kong. And I think either do it like the 1933 Son of Kong film and make him care more for the animal, or make him want to bring it back to New York again and make him be like the biggest like douche of all, and maybe kill him off at the end somehow. Just end the movie there. Yeah, I know it might not sound that great, but keep in mind I'm fucking exhausted, and I'm just saying this shit off the top of my head. So deal with it, motherfuckers. Okay, that's the fourth question. The fifth question again. Hold on, let me think. The fifth question was, okay, so I've answered favorite, least favorite, how I would change, oh no, that I didn't answer actually, I don't think. How I would change the 1933 film. Yeah, that was the fifth question. Or I might have mixed the questions up. So, Nick Jackson, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry. Again, I'm recording this really late at night. So, I wouldn't change a whole lot about the 1933 film. Maybe have some more, like, interesting characters. Because there were a lot of characters that I felt were pretty bland in that movie. Maybe make Fay Ray yell a little less. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think she played a pretty decent Anne, good damsel in distress, but there was times where I just want to stick a cork in her fucking mouth and tell her to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, she got a little annoying at times, so a little less yelling. Yeah, I don't know what else I would change about the 1933 film much, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really think I would change much else that I can think of off the top of my head besides what I just said. Yeah. That sums up that question. And the sixth question was, if I was able to choose any kaiju monster to have King Kong fight, who would it be? And I thought about this one a little bit before I recorded, and I came up with my answer. That's King Ghidorah, who's the three-headed dragon. I just think something about King Kong fighting a three-headed dragon would be absolutely freaking cool and like kick-ass type thing. I would love to see Kong just beat the shit out of this thing, and maybe you can have it end like, I don't know, he rips two of his heads off and then like snaps the third one's head or something, or I don't know, something really cool. Again, I'm tired and I'm having trouble coming up with everything, but I would really love to see King Kong versus King Ghidorah. And also because they will have King in their name. So it'll be like the King versus the King. So, I think that'd be kind of fucking cool. And something I would love to see. And that does sum up the King Kong tag. Who am I going to tag in it? God, I'll be honest, I didn't really think about it. Well, Big Jack Jones is already tagged, so I can't really tag him again. I think I'll tag my friend Rice Duke. I know he's not a big Kong fan, but you know what? Fuck it, bud. Have fun with this one. Oh, who else should I tag? Fuck it. I don't know if he's a big fan of his movies, but a guy has an animator on YouTube I know named, I believe, Mike Picone, if I'm not mistaken, is his name. He's watched one of my videos before commenting on it and stuff like that. So, if you're watching this, I tag you. And I think that's all I'm going to tag for now, just because I can't really think of anybody at the top of my head. Fuck, I'll throw Nostalgia Critic in there, why the fuck not? He'll never see this, but you know what, fuck it. Nick Jackson tagged James Rolfe anyways, so, fuck it. Nostalgia Critic, get your ass on it. And you know what, fuck it. Malcolm Ray and Tamara Chambers too, and Rob Walker. Fuck it. But that will do it for the King Kong tag. Nick Jackson next for tagging me, gave me a topic to talk about in what's gonna end up being a short podcast because again I'm tired and I don't really have a lot of things I really want to talk about. But we're gonna move on to the second thing I want to talk about. The following was a highlight from our podcast on archive.org. Please go into the description below and hit the first link if you want to see the full podcast. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Take care.